We're just a couple of months out now from a truly historic moment in rock and metal history. The final performance from the Prince of Darkness himself, Ozzy Osbourne, and also the final performance from the original lineup of Black Sabbath. Now, we already saw them go on their farewell tour, but it didn't feature Bill Ward, and he has agreed to actually partake in this legendary last show. Now, this isn't going to be a lengthy hour-and-a-half set, but that's okay because there won't be enough time. This is one of the craziest lineups I have ever seen, and we've had a lot of crazy lineups over the years, but this one is truly historic. There it is up on your screen, back to the beginning, and as the days roll on, the names keep getting added. You have Steven Tyler from Aerosmith recently getting added, a number of other bands coming in, Guns N' Roses, Tool, so many others, and there have also been word that, according to Tom Morello, who is serving as the musical director for this event, he says that some of the biggest stars, bigger than everyone on the lineup, have not yet been announced, and that'll be going down earlier in the day. Now, this, of course, is where it all started, why it's called Back to the Beginning in Birmingham for Black Sabbath, a place that is so special to them, something that means so much, and it's really going to be crazy to see this final show. Now, there's no word yet on whether or not this is going to be broadcast around the world or whether or not it's going to be filmed to be released in theaters, but I find it impossible to believe that there won't be something like that to capture the magic of this historic night. Now, Ozzy Osbourne is speaking out about his legendary career, touring around the world, and he says that he's done with that rock and roll lifestyle. He's talking about his health challenges and everything, but he says he doesn't want to be a person who dies in a hotel room. He wants to spend the rest of his life with his family, with his grandchildren, and he makes it clear how much family means to him these days. He says he's actually gotten used to being somewhat of a homebody and not throwing his things into a suitcase every couple of weeks and heading back out there on the road. Here's what Ozzy Osbourne had to say about his life these days and what fans can expect at this historic final show. In recent years, Ozzy Osbourne has unfortunately faced some very challenging health setbacks, everything from repeated surgeries to a terrifying fall in his home. And honestly, most musicians don't make it this long up on the stage, but for Ozzy, he figured out that it was best for him to hang it up as it. Now, he's had quite the lengthy career, and few people make it this far in live music, and ultimately Ozzy decided that he wasn't able to tour anymore after consulting with his team and his family, and ultimately this final historic show with one of the craziest lineups ever is happening to celebrate that. Now, you have all of the members of Black Sabbath speaking out about this historic night, including how the pressure of this historic event is impacting them. You had Geezer Butler recently admitting in an interview with The Guardian that he's actually losing sleep over the event. He told them, "I'm already having palpitations. In fact, I had a nightmare last night. I dreamed everything went wrong on stage and we all turned to dust. It's important that we leave a great impression, since it's the final time that people will experience us live. So it has to be great on the night." Ozzy's beloved wife Sharon opened up in an interview with the BBC about why Ozzy felt it was so important to finally close out this historic chapter, his legendary music career. She said, "Ozzy didn't have a chance to say goodbye to his friends, to his fans, and he feels there's been no full stop. This is his full stop. He's so excited about this, about being with the guys again and all his friends. It's exciting for everyone." And with a truly iconic lineup like that of Ozzy's final show, tickets sold out instantly, and all of the proceeds will be going to charity. All proceeds will benefit Cure Parkinson's, Birmingham Children's Hospital, and Acorns Children's Hospice. Over the years, Ozzy's built up quite the reputation for his hard-partying ways. But in a new interview with The Guardian, he says those days are over. "It is time. I lived on the road for 50-odd years. And I've kind of got used to not picking up my bags and getting on the bus again. I don't smoke dope or do any of the rockstar lifestyle anymore. I'm kind of like a homebody. I never go out. I never hang out in bars. I don't drink. So what the f*** is out there for me?" Ozzy had a wholesome response when asked about how he spends his time in retirement. "It's definitely not shopping." He says, "I hate going shopping with my wife. I feel like stabbing myself in the neck after half an hour." He says, "It's time for me to spend some time with my grandkids. I don't want to die in a hotel room somewhere. I want to spend the rest of my life with my family." And this will be a magic night in Villa Park and the last time that you ever see Metallica open up for anybody else. Obviously, Ozzy really going out on top along with his brothers in Black Sabbath. And so we're counting down the days to this historic night in rock and metal history. We're going to keep you posted on all of the details. One of the biggest nights in recent memory for rock and metal, bigger than the Grammys, bigger than any award show, bigger than any event basically in rock and metal. Ozzy's last performance, his final bow. It's going to be an emotional moment for everybody. I didn't just grow up listening to his music. I grew up watching him on MTV, his family, and all of those hilarious moments from that legendary show. So very, very sad to see Ozzy taking his final bow. We know how much he loves performing for those fans. We're going to keep you posted. That is your latest update here from Rockfeed. Be sure to subscribe and notifications on for the latest news and updates.